So in this quick video, what I'm going to do is share with you how I include an opt-out link in my email newsletters when I want to give people the option to opt out of marketing emails. So I'll typically do this when I'm in launch mode. I am planning to send multiple emails, and I want to give people the option to opt out of the launch. Basically, if they know already it's not something they're going to be interested in, I want to save them having to receive all of those emails, and prevent them from reaching for the unsubscribe button, which just unsubscribes them from everything. So what this does is it allows people to stay on your list but just opt out of receiving future emails about a particular thing that you might be selling. So I did this recently in the launch for my year-long mastermind, and what I do is basically create a page. The first thing I do is create a page in my website. Now, it's not a complicated page. It's literally 2 lines of text, an image, a couple more lines of text. So as you can see, it just says you're now opted out of receiving future sales and marketing emails about, and it will have whatever I'm doing at the moment. A couple of months ago, this page said Content That Connects program, because that was the launch that I was in. I often change the image because when I'm marketing, I'll typically have an image that goes with the sales page, which I'll also use in my promotional material. So I'll put that image here. You don't have to have an image, you don't have to have anything, you just have a couple of lines of text. And then I also have this: if you've clicked an error, no problem, simply drop me a line, and I'll make sure you go back on the list. So once that page is set up, I've just called it, as you can see, opt out. Then what I want to do is in my campaign, and this is a copy of a campaign that recently went out, I just write a line of text that says, pretty high up, you want people to be able to see it. I want it to be prominent because I don't want people to unsubscribe. And really what I'm doing here is trying not to bother people who don't want to be bothered by something, and so they'll stay on my list, rather than leave. So over the next month or so, I'll be sharing more about this program. So if you know you don't want to receive those emails, simply click here to stay on my list, but to opt out of future sales emails about this particular program. Reading this again would probably make that a bit more direct. It's a bit waffly. And then you can see if I go into preview mode, and I click there, it takes you to that page. So that's great. Anybody who receives that email and clicks that image is going to see this. Now, the next stage is I have to make sure that I don't email those people again. So then what we want to do is look into the back end of our, this is for MailChimp. I use MailChimp. So there probably is a similar system that you can use with other mail service providers, but this is what it looks like for me. So I can get a report and I can see exactly who clicked what in the report. So I can see here that 8 people clicked that report. Now, if I click, I don't want to click because I don't want to share people's email addresses, but if I click that, it's going to bring me up a list of email addresses. And now, my list is small enough. This is a very rudimentary way to do this. My list is small enough that I don't, it's fine for me to just send that list of those email addresses to my VA and make sure she tags them. I use tags in MailChimp with don't receive, here we go. So don't email CBM25. So there'll be 8 people now in my general list that says don't email CBM25. So then when I go to send an email, so we'll just do it now. Again, this is only specific to MailChimp, so if you use a different service provider, you'd have to figure this part out yourself. But if I go back to the campaign, and I go as if I'm going to send it. I'm not going to send it because I've already sent it. Add recipients. I'm going to choose which of these audience? I'll choose this audience. And then I can choose a segment or tag to exclude. So I can put, if I start to write don't, it's going to bring up don't email CBM. So send to these people, but do not send to these people. So that's going to send to everyone on the list apart from the people who have been tagged with don't email about CBM. So that's how I do it. That's how I avoid annoying people with my launches. And hopefully you can do something similar with your mail service provider, even if it's not MailChimp. Any questions, you can let me know.